Greetings and salutations, I am Skojo Insta360, not in my normal studio. In fact, I am in a completely different state. If you've been following my channel at all, a couple weeks ago I announced I've been hired to produce a flat video documentary. Flat video, this is the tradition, or this is my routine. I can't speak today. Sometimes I don't know how to speak. I suck. So I'm going to be doing that while trying to continue to do tutorials in 360, the universal gesture for 360. So I thought, well, I'm going to pack up my car while I'm driving down to California. Let's play around with a mode I hadn't played around with in a long time, and that is the bullet time mode. Now, I used to use this when I first got the camera, got some really cool stuff out of it, but then kind of got a little bored of it, decided let's put it to the test while I'm on my road trip so I can give you some impressions. So let's talk about bullet time mode, Skojo Insta360 style. First things first, the one thing you got to be careful of with bullet time mode, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I may have learned something the hard way that hopefully you won't have to learn. If you're not familiar with quick capture mode is something you turn on and then it will save the last setting in your camera when you shut it down. Then you press the big button and hold it for a couple seconds. It will open the camera in the last setting that you had it in and start rolling. From what I can tell, it doesn't save bullet time mode because I shot a bunch of stuff on my road trip that came out as traditional video. It did not come out as bullet time mode. Kind of frustrating. So quick capture appears not to work for bullet time mode. You're gonna either want to have it turned onto your camera and start it that way, or do it through the app. Now, one thing you gotta keep in mind is bullet time mode is a 100 frames per second setting. And you're saying, Skojo, there's already a 100 frames per second setting in the camera, and that is true. You go to the head of the class. But there's two differences. Bullet time mode basically shoots from the 180 down the camera length because it's trying to follow you as you spin. So you'll get a traditional flat video out of this that you can't edit like you would 360 stuff. So if you want to be able to edit in post and do whatever keyframing you want, shoot in the 3K 100 frames per second setting within the camera. It's in the settings mode, you can check it out. So beware of that. The other thing you gotta watch out for is that I can't remember. So I packed up my car and I drove for 14 hours in 2 days. Stopped at a Shasta Lake. It was a gorgeous place. Got to get out there, see the water, do some bullet time mode, do some Bruce Lee moves, and it was a lot of fun. Capture some cool stuff. Learned a lot about sort of keeping the body in motion and how much cooler everything looks when you're spinning. Now, since I've been in California, I've tried a few shots where I'm just sort of, going straight, and it looks decent, kind of a cool slow-mo effect, but bullet time mode looks a lot cooler if you're spinning around. And keep in mind that it's only shooting from here down, so you're gonna wanna have your gyroscope calibrated, which you can find in the settings mode. Be sure and gyro calibrate this thing. But you will notice some sort of jerky moves as it spins around and tries to maintain its perspective. The other thing I noticed was I kinda got a big butt. So I played around with it, did some stuff between my legs, looked like Neo and Bruce Lee combined into one gorgeous middle-aged white guy. And all in all, found that bullet time mode is something that I'm going to continue to do every once in a while. It looks really cool, but if I really want to have the flexibility, I'm going to use that 3K 100 frames per second. But bullet time mode, if you're just kind of playing around and want to have some fun, it's really cool. Oh, one last thing I want to point out is that you got to keep the selfie stick fairly close to your body, because if you stick your hand out, the selfie stick's going to disappear. So it just kind of looks like your hand is out, and it looks kind of bizarre. So try to keep the selfie stick close to your body so it looks more natural. Slide it underneath your legs, spin it around your body, do whatever you want. It will look cool. You can impress your friends. You can pretend that you're living in the Matrix, but the documentary I'm shooting right now is all about, are we living in a simulation? So you will find out more about that as we go. I am Skojo Insta360. I've got to get to work now because my YouTube channel doesn't pay me, but that does lead me to an announcement. I crossed over to 900 subscribers on the way down. Once I hit 1,000, that's when I get to monetize my channel, and I get to make a good $3.50 for every 10,000 views that I get. So subscribe to my channel. Let's keep this going. I will continue to try to release chapters on every Monday and Friday. If I don't get one out, I will miss you guys, but over the next 5 weeks, you will be seeing some new content, some new reviews, some new tutorials, Skojo Insta360 style. All right, that's it for me. I am Skojo Insta360. get you around the block.